I blew 6.52% of my 200,000 naira profit account this week in one day. And I'm going to show you exactly why and how it happened. Here is my account right now. 200,000 naira profit account. I forgot to screenshot the starting balance, and that is a lesson on its own. The account only have a maximum drawdown of 20% and profit target of 10%. Let me walk you through how I lost 6.5% of my Naira account. I started my Naira Profem account this month. Week 1, I started the account and I was down 3%. Week 2, I did not trade because I did not see my setup and I stayed out of the market. Week 3, which is this week, I lost 6.52% of the account, and I'm going to show you how. So, on Sunday, I do my analysis, identify market structures, and map out my point of interest, which is my entry point. And I was ready for the week, though I was not eager to trade. So that made me not to trade on Monday. On Tuesday, I opened the chart with a fresh new eye, and I saw an instant execution on AUD USD, Australian dollar. So I took the trade. It was a valid setup, an A plus setup. So I took the trade. Meanwhile, AUD USD was not one of my A plus setups on Sunday, but I took it anyways because all my confluences were intact, following my strategy. By the way, I trade SMC. I took the trade, but I did not respect one rule, and the rule was 2% risk management per trade. But I took it anyways because it was just 2.1. It was after I took the trade that I realized on my MT5 that it was 2.1, not 2%. So as the trade was moving well, I saw opportunities to add position, and I added a second position. In the second position, I risked less than 2%. The trade was moving well. As the trade was moving well, I saw another position to add. I took my chance, moving the first two positions to a risk-free trade, and the third position was now 1%, which is 2,000 naira. But market kicked me out, stopped me out on some partials. The first and second entry took my profit out of the 3% from last week, and it was now remaining 1% for my account to be back to 200, back to starting point. But market took me out instead. I was pissed, but I was at peace, and I told myself that I was done for the day. Later in the afternoon, when I opened my charts, my favorite pair was USD JPY. Always USD JPY because it is less volatile and it respects SMC very much. So as I analyzed USD JPY that afternoon, I saw a break of structure, an internal break of structure without a full break of structure on the higher time frame, and I took the trade with no confirmation, and the trade went against me, bringing my account back to 3% drawdown that day. I was so pissed and mad at myself, so I closed the chat. Later that evening, I went to journal my trades and actually find out what was the reason behind my lost trade on USD JPY, and I later discovered that I was trading against the trend. USD JPY was clearly bullish, but I sold, and I thought that market will react from a key resistance zone to sell. I was expecting a massive dump, but that didn't happen. And I saw a setup. It respected my structure, my strategy, and everything. It was a valid setup, but market didn't respect it. Immediately I entered the trade, market kicked me out immediately, taking my account down to 193,000 naira. But before the night, before the trading journal and everything, during the afternoon, I actually saw two setups, which was USD JPY and NZD USD. I decided to go for USD JPY while still observing NZD USD. I mapped out structures on NZD USD where price might likely react from, and market respected that, followed by where I would have added positions. Market still respected that position. So during the night, after the USD trade went against me, the two trades I took that day went against me. I was still waiting for confirmation on NZD USD. I said to myself that okay, I'm not going to place this trade today because already I have broken my rule of one trade per day, risking 2% per trade. So I'm not going to trade today. If I should wake up tomorrow and this trade is heading to my zone, I'm going to place it. So I mapped it out and I slept off. Waking up around 1 a.m., the trade respected my zone, so I placed my entry, risking 2% this time. And I actually followed my rules. I woke up around 5 and market was going to my direction very beautifully. So I added another positions strategically, not randomly, removing my first trade to a risk-free trade, and the second position was now with the risk of 2%. So two of those positions, I saw another place to add positions, but I did not. Why? Because two of those positions can take me out of drawdown and also make me pass phase one of the account. So I did not add. Rather, I managed my trade. I was managing it very well until market hit a key support zone, which was bouncing very aggressively. It was really moving against me, and I was panicking because already the losses from Tuesday already made me scared that I was going to lose this account. So instead of waiting for market to kick me out as it did on AUD USD on Tuesday morning, I just closed manually. Note that market did not even come close to my stop loss for the second entry, or where I moved my stop loss to partials on the two positions, but I was scared. And already the profit market had given me took my account from 3% drawdown and all the drawdowns to starting point. So I didn't want to start again from the beginning. So instead I closed manually, not waiting for market to close me out. Only for me to come back to the charts later to realize that market did not even reach my zone and it was going down beautifully. Market was going to my direction beautifully without me. So what did I do? I analyzed the same pay again and I saw where to add positions, which market respected, but I did something stupid. What I did was the stop loss for the third entry I was about to take for the day was small, really small and tight. So instead of me risking 0.01, and it was a 1 to 7 risk to reward trade, the mistake I did was I didn't calculate my lot size properly. So I entered with 0.2. When I entered and I placed my entry, on MT5. I discovered I was risking more than 2%, which was 11,000 naira on that trade. And since my stop loss was very tight, market kicked me out almost immediately. I cried. I was doubting myself, and I really wondered if I could make it on trading. But my punishment for the day was I'm not going to trade again for the week. So I didn't trade again for the week. Thursday, Friday, I didn't. Though I still get the urge to open my trading view and analyze the market. But I just didn't, because each time I find myself opening trading view, I end up going to MT5. And one thing I understood was that chat was not the problem. I was I was not listening to myself. I did not obey my rule. I did not stop when I said I should stop. I did not follow through. I was inconsistent. I was indisciplined. And market took 6.52% of my account. So next week I decided that I'm going to stick to 2% risk management and one trade PD so that I can scale up. I'm planning to use this account to scale up to other bigger accounts since I can't afford the USD Firm account yet. I'm still on Naira account. So let's see how it goes. I know I'm not there yet, but I'm not where I used to be either. My old self would have traded the next day and continue to trade till she recovers. But I didn't do that. Instead, I left the charts for the week. That shows progress for me, even though it doesn't seem like it. But we are getting there. We are getting there. I am getting there this year. Before the end of this year, I would become a more better and a bigger trader that is aiming from trading and also scaling up her trading journey. So I've come to the end of my story. If you want more content like this, you can subscribe. And if you want to know if I actually followed my rules and stick to them next week, subscribe so you don't miss.